morning. Welcome to this morning's fresh thought from the heart of God. Mark 4, verse 26 through 28. So is the kingdom of God as if a man should cast seed into the ground, and should sleep and rise night and day, and the seed should spring and grow up, he knows not how. For the earth brings forth fruit of herself, first the blade, then the ear, and after that the full corn in the ear. And these words speak about a characteristic of the kingdom of God. And this is so wonderful that we are not called as believers into a kingdom of men, where different rules apply, where there is strenuous hard labor, and maybe as a result of that there is a temporary growth. We're not talking of that. We're talking about the kingdom of God. God is telling us that His kingdom has different quality of growth, different way of method of growth. And then He also, hasn't called us to the kingdom of the devil, thank God, where you can do anything you want, you're still damned, nothing helps. And this is beautiful, because these verses say that the kingdom of God has this quality to it, okay? That the man who plants it goes to sleep, rises, there's night and day, and he ceases from his work, but the work doesn't cease happening. It doesn't matter that he doesn't know how it happens. It still happens. And this is the beauty of it. God is bringing growth in our lives, and in your life and in mine. And this is something that is the nature of His kingdom. There is growth in you and me. We read in Luke 17:21, the kingdom of God is within you. And this is God's work in us, and this is proceeding and progressing. It's happening, and there is a growth in it, even when we rest, even when we sleep, even when we don't understand what is happening. God is doing a work in our lives. That's what these verses say, that He can do this, and of course is able to. Do we have a responsibility? Sure. God is putting good seed in us. God is putting good seed into our lives. In Matthew 13 we read about good seed and bad seed, and then we also read in 1 Peter 1:23 about the incorruptible seed of the word. And God does a work in our lives, and this is the nature of His kingdom, that He plants in us, and then He brings growth, and He brings that growth to completion. It is something that He does with every one of us. It is His work in our lives. It is the nature of His kingdom, and we can count on that nature. We can count on that work, because this is who He is. This is how He is. This is something beautiful. We don't understand it. Okay, so biologically today, of course, we understand more than the people understood in the days of Jesus about growth and how it works. And we can analyze the heck out of it. We can talk about, physically, chemically and biologically how it works, and cellular structures and whatnot. But then there is the spiritual growth of a man or a woman. We are born again, and then all of a sudden we see that there is growth in that person's life in the spiritual things. In 2 Corinthians 5:17 there is a familiar verse. Behold, if anyone be in Christ, he is a new creation, and all things are passed away, and everything has become new. And this is how we grow. We grow into the newness of everything. We grow into the freshness of everything as believers. This is the nature of the kingdom of God, and we are called into that nature, and we live in that world. And this is how we live in that kingdom, in this world. Do we have a responsibility? Yeah, we need to receive the engrafted word with meekness. I'm not going to go there now, but we have a responsibility, sure. But it is the nature of His kingdom that there is growth in our lives. God bless you with these thoughts, and just relax. Even if you don't understand, He is bringing along growth in your life, and He's doing a work. Hope to see you soon again.